Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you could make $100 a day online copying and pasting quotes. And I'm going to show you basically a profile on Instagram that does this type of work. So this is actually a magazine and content company here, but they've built their Instagram, which literally could fund everything if they just had this alone. This is a Instagram account here that could make a lot of money from sponsorships, ads, affiliate marketing, just about anything, just from literally all they've done is post quotes. So they've literally built this entire Instagram profile building quotes and just copying and pasting what entrepreneurs and famous people have said and then putting it in visual format. They have 3.5 million followers, 17,406 posts. They post multiple times per day usually, so you're looking at, you see one right here, this was posted an hour ago. You see this one posted 3 hours ago. You see another one posted 7 hours ago. Then you have multiple posts a day. Now a lot of times Instagram marketers and stuff will tell you should only post one time a day. You should not overdo it on Instagram because of the shelf life of a post on Instagram is longer than it is on Twitter and things like that. But they kind of go against the norm. They literally, instead of posting pictures of somebody posing or working out or at a pool or whatever, they literally just post quotes, and they do it like 5 times a day. And if you look and check how much they make, you can go to a link at influencermarketinghub.com. They have what is called the Instagram Influencer Sponsored Post Money Calculator. And if you put in a Instagram profile, let's say you put in founder, which again built literally just off of quotes, how much could they make? They could make $7,000 to $12,000 per post that they get sponsored, meaning a company like Nike or a company like, Walmart or whatever basically pays them to do a sponsored post on Instagram. This is how Instagram influencers make their living. You also have information about their audience interests, additional info in the full report. You can get the full report by clicking here and signing up. But this is just a way for you to kind of get an estimate of how much you could actually make from a sponsored post on Instagram. So to do this, the first thing you need to do is find a niche for your quotes. So one thing you could do, let's say you wanted to model yours after Founder Magazine. So look and see what kind of similar Instagram posts or accounts are somewhat in your niche. So you can go through and you can look at these posts, and sometimes you'll find a big group of hashtags. So you can see right here, here's one from Larry Page, one of the co-founders of Google. So you see all these different hashtags here. So you can use these hashtags to figure out maybe a niche, the hashtags that are being used by the similar profiles to what you want to do. So if you want to say make a business profile of business quotes, you could go through and look at each one of these hashtags, and when you click on one, let's say you click on small business for instance, it'll go and show you some of the small business posts, and they'll tell you how many posts are in there. Now you don't want to do ones that have too many on here. You want to do some that have lots of potential, so that tells you that small business has a lot of potential. But if you did small business, let's say quotes, instead you now see 26,000 or so posts. Or if you did something else, small business owner, small business support, small business tips. So you can kind of get an idea of how to narrow down your niche so that you can pick something. That's just one way to do it. Obviously, if you're going to do this, you might just already know what your niche is going to be without even having to do that. But this can give you an idea of how to research the market for a niche on Instagram, which is how you want to use this strategy. So make sure that a more broad version, like for instance, a broad version of this would be entrepreneur or business. So you have tens of millions of posts. That shows you there's potential, and then if you can narrow it down, you can kind of make it a more niche part of that broader niche. So for instance, business women, if you wanted to do a women only quotes profile. That would actually probably be a great idea. So like business women posts, you could see maybe some quotes from some of the most successful business women. It kind of separates your brand from others and helps you specialize more, and could get you unique sponsorships as well. So number 2, again, you want to figure out top hashtags to use. So once you do this, you also want to write down or put in a spreadsheet the top hashtags here for niche parts of what you're doing. So for instance, you don't usually want to go for stuff that has tens of millions of posts or even millions of posts, because when you're starting out, you're not going to be able to really stand out among those. If you create great content, maybe you'll get a few people that find your stuff, but you also want to have a nice balance of bigger ones and smaller hashtags with like a few 100,000 posts. So if you can find, say, hashtag business women, you go on here, business women life would be one, business women rock. You can find some hashtags on here that are a little bit smaller niche, and then you work your way up as you get more followers. So then you want to do what Founder did, and you list all those hashtags in each post that are related so that you can get discovered. Another thing you want to do is follow your top competition. So when you look up hashtags for the niche you want to do, for instance, you can click on these posts and see who posted them. So you have Women Hustler right here, 131,000 followers. You can get some ideas here. Looks like they have some quotes that you could get an idea of what works. You want to follow accounts that can inspire you. You need to know what your competition is. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time improving your business, because you have to stand out among your competition. You have to be just as good as, if not better than, your competition. That's what you want to strive for. So for instance, if you click on some of these quotes on the hashtags you're interested in using, go and look at the accounts that are posting on here as well and follow them so that you constantly can see what types of stuff they have. And another weird thing about this is when you follow accounts with lots of followers like that, a lot of times people will follow you just because you're following a similar account that they also follow. So following big accounts a lot of times will get you a few of your first followers, just because they are interested in people who have similar interests. So then once you find profiles like these to follow, what you want to do is you want to look at some of these quotes here, and sometimes they'll tell you how many likes they have. This one doesn't seem to show you that. There's one right here, 27.9 thousand, but 1,244 likes, 1,300 likes, 1,379. You want to look for the ones that stand out. So you see your competition, you know what they're doing. You're like, okay, this is the standard. Here's one that has 18.2 thousand plays on here. You're looking for likes, you're looking for plays. If you're doing videos, you want to see which ones have more plays than usual on your competition. And if you're looking for just images, you want to see which ones have more likes than usual among your competition. So now let's say you go back to Founder as an example. You can see kind of how many likes they have. And what's funny is you can see kind of who you should do quotes for. So for instance, if you actually go through here, you'll notice that people like Elon Musk, maybe Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, those are some of the most well-known entrepreneurs in the world that a lot of times you will see a higher like count, like 12,000 likes. That's pretty above average for them. You see most of these have like just a couple thousand, maybe 3 or 4. This one has 12,000. It's a quote from obviously one of the world's most famous entrepreneurs right now, which is Elon Musk. You have another one from Jeff Bezos, way above average as far as likes. You have 11.5 thousand. So you would want to go through your competition and make a spreadsheet or a list of who the most popular people are that people want to see quotes for. And you can tell by the like count and the engagement on these quotes. You can also see what types of quotes people like. Like maybe people prefer short quotes. Maybe they prefer funny quotes. Maybe they prefer something with more of a number in there, like a percentage or a statistic. These types of things can really give you insight into what you should be posting. You do the best of what your competition does, and then you instantly kind of stand out. So then you have to create your quotes, and I recommend using Canva to do so because they have templates. So for instance, if you go back to social media, you can look for Instagram posts. So you see Instagram post here, it makes it the proper ratio for a post on Instagram to where it's maximized. And by maximized, I mean it is the ratio of, like, it won't crop anything out, and it will maximize the space used in the feed. So for instance, you can look at some of these top templates as well, and a lot of these look really good without you having to change much on them. But everything on here is customizable. For instance, you can change, let's say you wanted to do this one. You could change the graphics being used, you could change the font, you could change the color, you could change pretty much every aspect of these. Another thing you can do is look at your competition and see how you should structure the image on your Instagram. So for instance, usually it has a picture of whoever is speaking or whoever said the quote, and then the quote on the other side, the image in big words. Also, sometimes they'll even do like the proof that they actually said that by posting the Twitter post that they did, like they did with this one from Mark Zuckerberg. They actually used the tweet as the part of the quote, and that kind of also provides proof that they actually did say that because they can go back and find it on Twitter. So that's another cool thing about that. So all you got to do is really just use Instagram. You can create a template, and once you have a good template, all you got to do is change out the person, change out the quote, maybe change the colors a little bit here and there. You also can look through, millions of different photos of all sorts, and use them as background images, change the font, whatever you need to do. You can create your own templates and save them so you can make them faster in the future, and it'll be optimized perfectly for Instagram. Another thing you want to do once you are doing this, you need to be able to have a contact email or something, or some sort of form that a brand can use to reach out to you if they want to offer you a sponsorship. And you need to have a media kit. A media kit is just a page that looks kind of like this, and they have templates for this on Canva as well, but it basically just shows how much you get in terms of impressions, likes average, reach, comment average, your niche, what your demographic is, how they can contact you if they want to do a sponsored post for you, and a little bit about your brand. So pages like these are kind of what a lot of influencers use to get their sponsored posts and their brands to actually partner with them, is because they have all this information. They have posts that the brand kind of resonates with, that fit with their audience, and then they'll pay you thousands of dollars to post on there if they like what they see, and they contact you and you can work that out. So this is a way. The old-fashioned way is a brand will find you on Instagram naturally. They'll see this page that shows all your numbers and your demographics and everything, and then they will contact you with the email, their phone number, or whatever that you give under the contact section for them. So you might want to start your own website once you get going, once you get a few thousand followers, especially once you get around 10,000, and then you want to have, again, an email or phone number or both set up where they can contact you. And next, you want to go back to Influencer Marketing Hub and check their Instagram account thing here. So now you can see that if you had, 3.5 million followers for Founder, and they get $7,000 to $12,000 per post per sponsored post. Now, if you can do a sponsored post, a couple times a week, and you had, say, 100,000 followers, you're getting closer to that, $100 a day or whatever. So if you can get, say, a sponsored post every other day or something, and then you're posting maybe 3 or 4 times a day, just different quotes, for whatever niche you might be able to build a good following in, then you can start making around $100 a day or a lot more. Obviously, if you get big, if you do as well as Founder Magazine or something, you can make thousands of dollars by just getting one sponsored post a week. Like, you can have a really nice lifestyle. And so you can use this calculator to just give you an idea, and then you can also use the numbers they give you for your media kit page. I would recommend getting the full report so you get the audience, age, gender, demographic, and all of that too, but you can at least use audience interest, engagement, and things like that. And then you don't want to put that on there maybe, but you can use that as like a ballpark estimate of how much to charge if a brand asks you how much you charge for a sponsored post. So just put your username in here, or put your competition's usernames in here that you're trying to beat or to compare your brand to, and then see how much they could probably make from theirs and what kind of demographics and stuff they have. And then last but not least, if you're not getting a lot of sponsors the old-fashioned way through a media kit and through an email, through your Instagram profile or your website, you can also sign up for sites where it is literally a site where sponsors and influencers meet and create deals with each other. So if you're an influencer, just go to either ifluence.com, sign up as I am an influencer, and go there. And then you can use your Instagram to start getting matched with other brands that are on the site. You can also go to chamboost.com to do the same thing. And this is a place where you can also get paid to be a creator. You can go to under the creators section. You go right here, go to creators at the top of the page, and you can click just sign up now to become a creator. And then you can get matched with brands that are looking to do campaigns for maybe a similar audience to what you have. So hopefully this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell if you want more daily videos like this one. Let me know in the comments if you want more business idea videos like this one, and whether or not you want me to do more of these in the future. And then don't forget to click the link in the YouTube video description if you want to read more about the step-by-step process I showed you, and get the links to all the websites I showed you as well. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.